Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to pull out the really key insights from a whole stack of sources, just for you.
And today we're kind of flipping the script on what success usually looks like.
Yeah, challenging that whole idea that achievement is, this neat straight line or something you can perfectly control.
Exactly. What if navigating this messy, unpredictable world isn't about controlling it?
Mhm.
What if it's about strategically exploiting the chaos, finding your way through it?
Or even using it. Like, what if your biggest breakthroughs come from embracing the unexpected, using a different kind of intelligence?
That's precisely it. That's what we're diving into today, this idea of cultivating a guerrilla mind.
Okay, guerrilla mind.
Yeah.
Not literal fighting, obviously.
No, not at all. It's a metaphor, a way of thinking that actually thrives when things get chaotic.
Yeah.
It helps you learn in really unconventional ways.
And ultimately helps you find and, maybe more importantly, share your unique contribution, your gift.
And for this deep dive, we've got a really interesting mix of sources lined up.
Yeah, we're pulling from La Mente Exploradora de Juguetes y Descubrimientos, which is fascinating.
Really engaging stuff on learning and play.
And then there's the Strategic Wisdom from Robert Greene's Daily Laws. Always sharp.
Always. Plus some more grounding, reflective pieces from Ryan Holiday's Daily Dad.
So it's this great blend of strategy, learning theory, and kind of personal purpose. It should definitely get you thinking differently.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to kind of set the stage for this whole guerrilla mindset, let's start with a story, a really good one.
Ah, the Wright brothers. Perfect example.
Right. We all know them, pioneers of flight. But here's the amazing part, the kicker. They were bicycle salesmen.
Just regular guys from Dayton, Ohio. Not fancy engineers with PhDs or huge government contracts.
Meanwhile, you had these heavily funded teams, experts, some of the biggest names, the smartest minds at the time.
And they were failing repeatedly, trying to get sustained, controlled flight off the ground, literally.
But the Wrights, no traditional credentials, not much money really.
Yeah.
Against all odds, they did it.
And their whole journey, which, it really did lift humanity into a new era. It started with something incredibly simple, almost insignificant.
We'll get to that specific object later. It's a great detail.
It really is.
But their story just shows, doesn't it, that game-changing innovation often comes from the edges, from unexpected places, using methods that, this establishment might just completely miss.
Or even dismiss outright. They weren't playing by the same rules.
Exactly. So if you're listening and you feel like you're drowning in information but not getting real insight.
Right. If you want to move beyond just knowing stuff to actually doing things differently.
Then this deep dive is kind of your shortcut. We want to unlock how you can harness that adaptability, that curiosity in your own life.
Okay, let's dig in.
Right. First big idea. Really getting this guerrilla mindset. It's about attacking problems, but not head on. It's about finding new angles, unexpected ones.
Robert Greene uses this fantastic analogy. Think of your mind like a guerrilla army. Contrast that with, say, conventional thinking, which is always trying to defend fixed positions, sticking to the rules, the established methods.
Right, digging trenches mentally.
Exactly. The difference is huge. It's a whole different way of engaging with the world. The guerrilla mind doesn't just put up with chaos.
It uses it.
It actively exploits chaos, sees the disorder, the unpredictability, not as a problem, but as the terrain, an opportunity.
That reminds me of that line from the I Ching, the Book of Changes. Something like, chaos, where brilliant dreams are born.
Precisely. It's not about causing chaos, but being so agile, so fluid, that you can navigate it, use it to your advantage. It means constant movement. Never being a fixed target.
Always staying one step ahead, responding to the moment.
Supreme fluidity. You avoid rigid tactics, those lifeless, predictable maneuvers that make you easy to counter.
So don't let your mind just settle into comfortable ruts. Keep moving, keep adapting. Strategically, it makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. And when you look at big breakthroughs, you see why this fluidity is so crucial.
Like the Wright brothers again.
Perfect case study. While their competitors, many of them top engineers like Samuel Langley, were applying the known principles, kind of fighting the last war of engineering.
Using established ideas about heavy machinery, brute force.
Right. The Wrights came at it with this improvisational, almost guerrilla spirit. They questioned everything, built their own wind tunnel because existing data wasn't good enough.
They observed things differently, didn't just accept the textbook answers.
They essentially invented a new kind of battle. They weren't just trying to build a flying machine based on old rules. They were figuring out the real problem, which was control. Learning through constant trial and error.
Okay, so this is where it gets really practical for you listening. How do you take this guerrilla war of the mind idea and use it day to day?
Yeah, maybe it's a problem at work where everyone keeps trying the same fix, or a skill you're learning where you feel stuck, or just making personal choices when things are uncertain.
How do you spot those fixed positions, those assumptions you or others are defending?
And then how do you start to exploit the chaos, look for that unexpected angle, that side path? It's about actively looking for the gaps.
Refusing to be tied down by what worked or didn't work before.
It's an active perception.
Okay, let's shift focus a bit. Let's zoom in on that small thing we mentioned earlier, the spark, the laboratory of play.
Right, back to the Wright brothers. Their whole incredible journey didn't start in some fancy lab.
Not at all. It started way back in 1878. Their father, Bishop Milton Wright, came home with a toy.
A little 50-cent toy helicopter, based on a design by a French inventor, Alphonse Pinot. Super simple, basic, a stick, propellers, rubber bands.
And their dad, he really believed in learning through doing, through exploring with toys. He saw this thing fly.
And that little toy, that was the spark. It wasn't just a plaything.
It connects perfectly to this idea from La Mente Exploradora, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That deep, real learning often happens outside the classroom.
Absolutely. It happens through direct, hands-on engagement, through play. There's that great quote from Simon Rodriguez, who tutored Simon Bolivar.
Oh, yeah.
He said something like, "A child learns more in one split second carving a little stick than in whole days listening to a teacher."
Wow. That's powerful. It's not knocking teachers, but highlighting the power of doing.
Exactly. And toys, in this sense, are way more than toys. Our sources call them worlds to discover, things to take apart, put back together, responsibility.
They're laboratories for life, vessels for big ideas.
I love that phrase, laboratories for life. And it's not just about touching things, it's how you engage, using all your senses.
Like instruments for discovery, fully immersing yourself.
Yeah, William Osler, the famous physician, he had that great advice. Observe, record, tabulate, communicate. Use your 5 senses.
Learn to see, hear, feel, smell.
And know that practice is how you become expert. It's about being fully present with the physical world, applying a kind of rigorous curiosity to everyday things.
It's not just data gathering, it's deeper.
It is, because that hands-on, multisensory approach builds what you could call embodied knowledge.
Embodied knowledge
Meaning it's understanding that doesn't just live in your head as facts. It's in your intuition, your muscle memory, your whole being. La Mente Exploradora talks about the brain building this complex internal model through physical experience.
which allows for that quick, intuitive problem solving that just thinking about it can't replicate.
Exactly. Think about the Wrights again. They didn't just read about aerodynamics, they felt it. Years of working with bikes, then painstakingly building and crashing and rebuilding their gliders.
That knowledge got baked in. Their bodies understood flight intuitively, allow them to make those tiny, crucial adjustments in the air.
That embodied understanding is core to the guerrilla mind's ability to adapt on the fly. No pun intended.
Huh. Okay, so for you listening, what's your version of this? What are the cool toys or hands-on things you could bring into your life? Or maybe into your kids' lives?
Yeah, things to spark that curiosity, that deeper embodied learning. Maybe it's not a toy helicopter. Maybe it's mastering software by doing, not just reading the manual.
Or trying a complex recipe, really using all your senses, or even just taking apart an old gadget to see the guts.
Finding those tangible ways to engage with an idea, not just think about it abstractly.
Robert Greene might call these things Trojan horses for learning, right? Simple actions that sneak past our resistance and rewire us.
That's a great way to put it. Which leads us perfectly into the next point, having the confidence to actually engage.
Yeah.
Positioning yourself for discovery.
Right. There are these practical behaviors mentioned. Things like sit in the front, make eye contact, fix your posture, walk 25% faster, speak up.
They sound like simple social tips, almost superficial.
Yeah. But the idea is they're not just about making an impression, they're strategies, ways to physically and mentally position yourself for maximum learning and impact.
Green's work suggests these actions project a kind of readiness, influencing how others see you, but maybe more importantly, how you see yourself.
That walking 25% faster thing, it connects back to that guerrilla idea of constant motion, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does. It signals you're ready, you're engaged, open to what's next, not a fixed target. Holliday's work on discipline also frames these as conscious choices, active practices.
And this creates a feedback loop, right? Talk
Yeah.
about that connection, confidence, engagement, learning, competence.
Yeah, it's a powerful cycle. Confidence, that initial spark of belief you can do something, lets you engage step forward, try it out.
Mm-hmm.
That engagement naturally leads to learning because you're interacting directly, you're getting feedback.
And learning builds actual skill, competence.
Right. And that competence, that feeling of, hey, I can actually do this, powerfully boosts your original confidence, makes the next step easier. It's a virtuous cycle.
Like small wins building momentum, as Green might say.
Exactly. And for anyone feeling hesitant, Holiday's advice is key. Just start. Take one small step. Break the inaction.
Let even a tiny bit of engagement kickstart that whole loop. It's also about doing what you know is right. That courage aligns with active engagement.
That's a great point. It builds internal confidence, too.
So the challenge for you listening, where are you maybe? Hiding in the back, staying silent, letting hesitation win.
How can you start using these small, deliberate actions, sitting up front, speaking up, moving with purpose, to invite more learning, more opportunity?
Okay, now for what seems like a total contradiction, we've talked all about engagement being out there, but the next point is crucial. The solitude needed for deep work.
Right. It seems paradoxical, but while engagement is vital for the guerrilla mind, real innovation, deep understanding, that often requires stepping away, deliberate solitude.
This is where the really transformative work happens.
Often, yes. There's this idea of being alone at the field when the weather has kept everyone else indoors. It's metaphorical, obviously.
Meaning,
Pushing through the hard parts, the messy first drafts, the failed prototypes, away from the noise, the distractions, the opinions, that's where unique insights bubble up, where ideas fully form.
it's not about retreating or isolating yourself permanently.
No, not at all. It's a strategic withdrawal, focused, intensive development time. Time for your brain to connect the dots in ways it can't when it's constantly bombarded.
It's preparation, not retreat. Time to hear your own curiosity. Develop your unique angle.
It's where you train your mental guerrilla army in secret, refining your approach before you go back out there. Holiday often emphasizes this need for focused, quiet time.
Making sure your actions are intentional, not just reactive.
Precisely. It requires discipline to carve out that space.
So a reflection for you listening. When do you create that dedicated, solitary space? Do you have a metaphorical field where you can work undisturbed, explore independently?
It's essential for developing something truly original.
Okay, final point. Let's bring it all together. The ultimate purpose, the meaning behind this whole guerrilla way. It's about moving from finding your gift to actually giving it away.
Yes. Our sources offer this really profound three-part wisdom. The purpose of life is to find your gift. The work of life is to develop it.
The meaning of life is to give it away.
It beautifully sums up the journey. Think about the rights again. Their playful curiosity with that toy.
Their guerrilla problem solving, their solitary work.
It all culminated in this incredible gift. A gift that, as we said, lifted the entire human species. They found it, they developed it through intense work, and then they shared it.
Transform the world.
And there's a connection here to the idea of love is self-expression, that the ultimate offering we have is sharing our developed gifts, our unique perspective.
So living with this guerrilla mind, it means treating every day like a new adventure.
Yeah, always paying attention, as Diane Sawyer said, because there really is no substitute for just noticing.
Seeing the nuances, spotting opportunities in the chaos, and then turning that messiness into something valuable, something useful for others.
The modern world, this 21st century, it's less a physical battlefield and more a landscape of the mind, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Information overload, constant change, complexity everywhere.
And the people who will thrive, who will make a difference, are the ones who learn to navigate it like gorillas. Fluid, adaptive, creative, and purposeful.
They reshape the chaos rather than just trying to control it rigidly.
So the big question for you listening is, what's your gift? And how are you developing it with that guerrilla fluidity, that focused attention, so you can ultimately give it away? Make your unique mark.
Wow. Okay, so just to recap this deep dive,
Yeah.
we've looked at cultivating this guerrilla mind.
Embracing fluidity, adapting strategically, learning through active, hands-on, sensory play.
Building confident engagement through deliberate actions. Valuing that essential solitary time for deep work and innovation.
And finding the ultimate purpose in developing your unique gift and sharing it with the world. It's a path to impact, not just success.
So my final question for you listening right now, what's your 50-cent toy?
Good question.
What simple thing, maybe something you've overlooked, could be sitting right there, ready to spark a lifetime of adventure, like that little helicopter did for the Wright brothers?
It doesn't have to be big or expensive.
Not at all. The real question isn't about being smart enough or brave enough or creative enough. Forget all that.
The question is, what adventure will you choose today? How will you engage with that guerrilla spirit?
Remember, your flying machine awaits, young explorer. Where will you soar?